Tomorrow we host Newcastle United at the bridge in the Carabao Cup quarterfinals, and we should be very hungry now for silverware. I don't care if it's an English Cup. We have to win that silverware, and we have to install that mentality into every player so we can fight from the first to the last minute and get that victory over Newcastle. And Eddie Howe's Newcastle has been a little bit iffy in terms of form recently, but they picked up a convincing 3-0 win against Fulham in the weekend. And we also know, I don't really want to remember this, but we all know what they did to us for a couple of fixtures ago. They totally demolished us and got us being traumatized. So I don't want to think about it, but that was one of the absolute worst performances I've seen in a Chelsea game, like in my whole lifetime. So we cannot show up like that, then we're gonna get beaten 6-0. So we need to keep up the momentum we are starting now. We won 2-0 against Sheffield, even though they rock at the bottom. That's something to start building belief. And we know what Eddie Howe's Newcastle is all about. They want to dominate possession in opponent's half. They like to press high when they lost possession. Like to have being strong in tackles. They have fluid wingers that is excellent in 1-versus-1 situations. They have been unfortunate in terms of injuries like we have, so they're missing a couple of key players, but their whole squad is just so good. So we will expect to have a very tough match in front of us, and to maybe relieve that pressure a little bit, I want us to start playing counter-attacking football. Because if we can make it through the first half by being defensive stable, we're going on dangerous counter-attacks, we maybe it's 0-0 in the first half, or we're leading 1-0, that would breed confidence into the second half. Because that's where we struggle and start shaking. And if we have been defensively good throughout the first half and playing some extraordinary counter-attacking football, that I think that will hide the chances of us seeing out the second half too. Maybe we can score a goal there too. So what I would do is I will continue with the same lineup, because that's what I think Pochettino honestly is going to do. But I will make a little tweak here, and I will play like a 4-2-2-2 system. Depending how Newcastle playing, we can have our wingers be more tucked inside, but they can also go out wide to the flanks and defend there in case we need that as well, in case Newcastle is very dangerous out wide. But if there are more dangers in the middle focuses there, I want the wingers to come in and be tucked in a little bit. And then as soon as we win in possession, we're going on direct counter-attack. So I will have Petrovic continue in goal. As my 4 centre-backs, I will have Disasi, Thiago Silva, Badeshile, and Colwill. I want us to start, of course, with 2 natural fullbacks, but I know for a fact Madsen won't get a sniff in the starting 11. And I'm not sure Gusto is ready to start, because we only saw him in the last 5 minutes against Sheffield. So he might come in from the bench later. I would like to see that. But if we're having 4 centre-backs, the only benefit of this is we're going to be strong on set pieces. And we could be a bit more brave on counter-attacks, go with more men forward, because we have 4 centre-backs being more reserved and staying back. And that's the benefit I see with it. However, if it doesn't work, we need to start making changes in the second half and bringing on Gusto and Madsen if that is desperately needed. As my double pivot, I continue with Caicedo and Conor Gallagher, because I think they had something building up in that pivot in Sheffield. I want that to continue. The thing though is we need more passes through the middle. But that would help us if we're having tucked in wingers in the midfield in a 4-2-2 system when we're gonna go on counter-attacks. So I will have Dan Mudryk as my left winger / left cam. On the right hand side I will actually have Palmer there, and up front I'm sticking Sterling and Jackson, because when Pochettino made that a little change in the second half where he switched Palmer and Sterling's positions. I thought we looked much more fluid and dangerous in the final third, because Sterling is good at making excellent runs and Palmer is more a player that likes to be out wide and then coming inside and making inverted runs and creating stuff and then attacking box. So this is my starting 11. If you don't agree with it, let me know in the comments down below what you would do differently, and this is how it could look when we're going on the counters and when we're entering final third, in my opinion. So we also have dangerous substitutions, as I said, in Gusto, Madsen. We need fullbacks. I'm sure Madsen and Gusto will start. And we got Nkunku. Pochettino mentioned in his press conference he might be ready for 20 minutes. In terms then of a score prediction, I think it's going to be very tough. Very tough. Newcastle is so dominant all over the field. The only thing we can hope for is that we're getting the first goal, because if we're going down, I think that will crush our confidence, because we are low in confidence at the moment. It depends what Pochettino does. It depends if the players start showing up now, if we're being consistent. I like to think we're gonna be very hungry for this win. We're also playing at home, so I'm guessing we're picking up a narrow 2-1 victory and we securing a semi-final spot. The thing that I really listened to was the Gallagher statements, and this is what I had to say. Gallagher is an important player because he has a Chelsea value. He's a product that came from the academy and has the identity of the club. He loves the club and is very committed. You can see on the pitch he runs, he plays, he fights, he gives everything to try and win. He is a very important player, a type of player every coaching staff wants to have in their team. But the problem is, our owners, our yes-mans in the board, they don't care, because they only want to make their profits into their books. They couldn't care less if Gallagher was putting out 10 out of 10 performances. They will not keep him. They are just hungry for that money. That's what they put in first, ahead of listening to the manager and wanting Chelsea to succeed. We can argue all day long if Gallagher is good enough, if he should be starting. But a matter of fact, I think you should back the coach as much as you can. If this is the manager's best player, if this is Pochettino's key player, you don't sell him. You let him continue building up until he has started. But they won't let him do that, and that scares me that Pochettino might actually get sacked. Now, I didn't want Pochettino from the beginning, but I think he should have at least a fair chance to build a team and getting help in the transfer market to continue strengthening his side that he wants to build. So it's absolutely shocking how you can sell a player that is putting up this much of good performances. Gallagher was poor last season, but he has improved massively in many aspects. He makes our midfield balanced. He covers so much ground, and he has the Chelsea identity in him. He's bleeding blue. But as I said, the owners and the sporting directors, they don't give a damn, because they only want money, profit. So yeah, I can't wait for these owners to sell the club in the future. It's gonna be a long time till they do that, but all the way to the end of this video, make sure you like this video, subscribe to my page, hit that notification bell down below. You find my Twitter in the description too. So thank you so much for watching. Take care. Come on, blue.